January 9th, 2022. Halfcast 219, episode 219. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Oklahoma State Rep Terry O'Donnell accused of changing law so wife could become a tag agent. Welcome back, lawmakers of 2022. Oklahoma State Representative Terry O'Donnell is accused of changing the law so his wife Teresa O'Donnell, Terry and Teresa, really could become a tag agent or an agent who provides services like motor vehicle registrations, renewals, among other things, including providing notary services and issuing hunting and fishing licenses. Everybody wants to be president. This is how you become the most powerful man in the country. You make it so you don't have to stand in line for anything. On January 6th, 2022, Terry and Teresa O'Donnell, really? Terry and Teresa, though, did a walkthrough booking at the Midwest City Jail. Midwest City Police Chief Sid Porter said they were immediately released on bond, with Terry O'Donnell's being $23,000 and Teresa O'Donnell's was $16,000. Terry O'Donnell, a Catoosa Republican, announced in a statement later Thursday that he will resign from his position as House Speaker pro tempore on February 2nd as he and his wife combat the charges against him. My wife and I are innocent, and we will fight back and vigorously defend our integrity, said O'Donnell in the statement. I will not allow false narratives to be a distraction to the work in the State House. An Oklahoma County grand jury indicted O'Donnell on 5 felony counts and 3 misdemeanors. His wife received 3 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. Conspiracy against the state is the couple's most serious felony charge, the maximum punishment being up to 10 years. They're not going to do any time, as well as a $25,000 fine. They're going to get that fine, though. In 2019, O'Donnell introduced a bill that removed part of state law banning spouses of legislators to work as tag agents. Just 3 months after Governor Kevin Stitt signed the measure into law, the Oklahoma Tax Commissioner selected Teresa O'Donnell to head the Catoosa Tag Agency. What a coincidence! Terry O'Donnell and his wife are accused of submitting a fraudulent application to the tax commission, which appoints the state's more than 300 independent tag agents. Terry O'Donnell told the Oklahoman in 2020 that his wife had no plans to become a tag agent. Stop lying. When he wrote the bill, he said then that she sought the appointment after her mother, who was in charge of the Catoosa Tag Agency for more than 40 years, died unexpectedly of cancer. You would be like the Godfather. Imagine the favors that you could command if you have a wife that can renew your registration and renew your license and get hunting and fishing licenses and all that. You can ask for anything. They were this close. Oh, because we're not done with the lawmakers. I was wanting him to fight me. Totally lost my junk. A Tennessee lawmaker was kicked out of a high school basketball game for trying to pants a referee. Okay, so last year we had the lawmaker that was filling in for an art class in high school, and the kid pissed him off. A kid was being a jerk, and the lawmaker just cornered him and repeatedly kicked him in the testicles. We had the lawmaker that was driving drunk. He was driving intoxicated, and he said, I'm cool with the governor. Call the governor and get me out of this mess. And then I think he hit a key to the jail and walked out of the jail or something real weird like that. And not to forget the lawmaker that posted his ex-girlfriend's sex tapes on Reddit. So Last year, they had a busy year, and they're off to a pretty good start in 2022. Tennessee lawmaker tried to pants a referee at his son's high school basketball game. Rep. Jeremy Faison apologized for losing his temper and said it was completely stupid of me. I was wanting him to fight me, totally lost my junk, and got booted from the gym. Faison said, "Mind you, these lawmakers, they're young. They be like in their 30s, maybe early 30s sometimes." The Tennessee House Republican caucus chairman has apologized after trying to fight and pants a referee at a high school basketball game. Oh Lord. Wait a minute. And that, children, is a perfect example of why you should always wear a belt. The lawmaker said he's always believed it was wrong, not Christian, and mature when parents lose their temper at games. Yet here we are. It would have been fitting for that referee to kick your ass and then kick you out of the game. Man rescued after getting stuck in chimney of home he was trying to burglarize. If I was that burglar, I'd sue them for the chimney not being up to code. I'm pretty sure we have some rogue lawmaker that'll sign off on that. Police in Maryland say that a man who was trying to rob a home Saturday morning got stuck in a chimney and had to be taken to the hospital. Can you imagine getting up Saturday morning and some bum is stuck in your wall screaming he needs help? He can't get out. Officers responded to a call about an attempted robbery at a home in Silver Springs, Maryland, just after 5:30 a.m., according to the news station WTOP. Shira Goff, a spokesperson for the Montgomery County Police Department, told WTOP that the man was trying to rob the home when he got trapped, though the station noted that it's unclear how the man got stuck in the chimney. Fire crews rescued the man on Saturday morning. The homeowner described the incident as a reverse kind of Santa, the news station reported. You're up where? You're trying to do what? Oh, okay. Honey, throw a couple logs on before we call the fire department. Let's make this interesting. Fuck out of here. Woman discovers husband of 23 years arrested for murder, secret fiance. After 23 years, you have to realize that someone's hiding something. And if they're not going to tell you, then you're just living with it at that point. A woman was horrified to discover that her husband of 23 years was living a double life when he was arrested for murdering his secret fiance. How long did he have the fiance? Melanie Addy from Missouri said her mind was boggled when police showed up to her house and told her that James Addy, the man that she had been married to for more than 2 decades, had been engaged to someone else at the same time. It turns out James cheated on Melanie for more than 7 years with a woman named Molly Watson, age 35, running over the dog and telling everybody that it ran away. That's a secret. This right here, having a side piece for 7 years, is is like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You don't even know who he is anymore. On April 27th, 2018, just 3 days before James and Molly were planning a wed. What about this little thing about having a wife for 20 years? Police found Molly's body outside of her car in Monroe County. There was a single gunshot wound in the back of her head, and they arrested James for her murder. 2 weeks after they arrested him, Melanie filed for divorce. Jeez. He was convicted in 2021 of first-degree murder and armed criminal action. He was then sentenced in July to life in prison without parole plus 10 years. Wife or no wife, being someone's fiance for 7 years is a red flag too. Throughout their marriage, Melanie said James, who worked as a corrections officer, was selfish, controlling, and intimidating, but she never suspected that he was cheating on her. Those are the three telltale signs of someone who is exactly cheating. He was a pretty selfish person. He could be controlling and intimidating. It could be challenging. She recalled the former couple shared two kids together, a daughter named Emma and a son named Ben. And although she didn't think he was being unfaithful at the time, looking back now, she said she definitely sees some warning signs. Melanie said he would get off work at 3 p.m. Here we go. Yeah, because I was wondering about this. Melanie said he would get off work at 3 p.m. and he would usually get home at 5. And I would say, why are you always so late? That would be an argument. He didn't want to tell me anything. Oh, yeah, that's a cheater. Makes it her fault for asking him why he's coming home so late all the time. Makes this big fuss, this big argument. Now, all of a sudden, he lives another day without having to explain what he's really doing. And these are the type of guys that will kill everybody in the house, including himself, if she did the same thing to him. Over the years, Melanie noted that he took two trips without her. He went to Florida and claimed it was a business trip, and he vacationed in Mexico, telling Melanie he was going with his friends. You work in a prison. What business trip are there? However, Melanie later discovered he was actually traveling with Molly when she found photos of them together on the trips in a storage space in their garage. On the day of Molly's death, she said James seemed like he always did. About 7 o'clock, he came into the living room where I was and said he was going to a friend's house. She added, he came back after she had gone to sleep. However, Melanie was woken suddenly in the middle of the night when the police knocked on their door. He had always been very hard on me about how a wife should act and how life should be. Of course, he's keeping the focus on you so you don't get a chance to see what he's doing. And then he did this. He had an affair, and that's okay. No, we're done. During his trial, prosecutors theorized that James had told Molly that Melanie was his ex wife and that she died in a car accident. They believed he killed her because she found out he was lying. Forensic searches of Molly's phones indicated that the day before she was murdered, she was looking for Melanie Addy's obituary. Prosecutor Tally Smith said Molly's brother, Tim Watson, told the outlet that Molly was absolutely 100% in love with James before her death, but Tim and the rest of Molly's family weren't fans of their relationship, with Tim admitting he got bad vibes from James in the beginning. Whoa, he could never look you in the eye, he could never talk to you directly. Everything was very evasive with them, he said. He put off bad vibes to everybody. Mark Price, the Randolph County Recorder of Deeds, who was helping the couple apply for their marriage license, recalled James acting perturbed when he asked him simple questions about his previous marriage. He was just like, why do you need to know that? This is exactly why you need a good tag agent in your corner. You wouldn't have to worry about that type of red tape. Melanie visited James in jail a week after he was arrested, and he insisted he did not kill Molly. Manipulative to the end. He's very sorry for the affair, but he insists that he's not the killer, she revealed. I looked at him as someone I didn't want back. James, good for her. James has maintained his innocence and later slammed his defense attorney, claiming he did not get a fair trial because his lawyer didn't present enough evidence in support of his case. There's no way that I could have done this crime, James said in a statement he read aloud at his sentencing. The only one I hold fault in this entire process is my attorney because he had the means and he had the ability to present my case and he failed to do it whenever I asked him. Dude, she was your fiance for 7 years. And then right before you're about to get married, then she dies. It doesn't look good for you. No way at all. No defense attorney can dress that up to make it look like to even give you reasonable doubt. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.